Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you so much for stopping by once again. So my people, finally Aisha Yesufu has replied to Julius Abura concerning what he said yesterday about the campaign fund. Yes, my people, like since yesterday, I have been so weak because of everything that's been going on, what people have been saying about Aisha Yesufu. You know, these people, all these abados, they have been, looking for anything in order to criticize Aisha Yesufu. Like, I have built like thick skin when it comes to this online bullying, but yesterday this particular one really got me because Aisha Yesufu is one woman that I know they used to play. I love this woman like tomorrow no day, but I'm so happy that Aisha Yesufu come out in details to tell us what happened during the election as well as after election when it comes to campaign fund in the Labour Party. Let me allow you guys so that you can watch this video. Maybe some of you that have not watched what Julius Abura said, I think that video is also included in this particular video Aisha Yesufu did. My people, let me allow you guys so that you can listen and hear everything Aisha Yesufu said in this video.
So I was told, so I hadn't read that communique, and then I was told that Abure was saying something about us, about the campaign funds, about stuff like that. Quite funny. But you know what I'm going to do for those of you that have not seen what's going on, I think I will just allow you watch the video of Abure and all that he said, and then I will come in and put my thoughts.
The party was never involved in the distribution of those resources. Our interest was to see how we can produce a president for the party. However it was done, we didn't bother ourselves about it. Hence we gave them free hands. Whoever they trusted, whoever they wanted to entrust their resources to, we didn't want to bother ourselves with it. We followed them sheepishly. We followed them loyally and allowed them to administer the funds of the campaign for the election and so on and so forth. As per the donation, the party was not involved in the collection of any campaign donations. Donations to the campaign were channeled to the following accounts: Obi Dati Ahmed campaign account, Zenith Bank 124-195-0451, Sterling Bank 0091657896, Heritage Bank 1400234900, Globus Bank 1000128194. The signatories to these accounts were Aisha Yesufu and Pastor Itwa Irregularities. They were equally responsible for the payment of polling unit agents. The party did not even bother to pay its agents. We handed over the list to the campaign council and to those who were administering these funds to pay polling unit agents that worked for the presidential election. Consequently, it is mischievous for any person to accuse me at the party for mismanaging of these funds. At no time did the party or its officials engage in any financial transaction as it relates to the.
Okay, thank you so much for watching that. So you've seen what Abure has said. One of the things that I love very much is always scrutiny. You understand? Come out and scrutinize whatever it is that I've done, because I know the kind of person I am. I am a very detailed person. I can be like a scatterhead and be but when it comes to certain things, I'm detailed and I'm a process-driven person. So everything that is done through the process. Even the team, the fundraising team, I'm sure there were times they were frustrated with me because I will insist, yes, I know it is easier to do this. I know it will make the work faster, but let's focus and do things, follow the due process. So I'm very happy. First and foremost, I'm going to start with the statement Abure made, where he said the party was not involved in any campaign fundraising. They were not involved. They didn't bother about it. I want to say this to Mr. Julius Abura, that statement he made was a big fat lie. I think Abure thinks that this is those days that they used to do their labor unionism, in those days where nobody had internet, nobody could keep records, they could say anything and they would get away with it. That's not where we are today. The Labour Party, before Mr. Peter Obi came out with his campaign account, the Labour Party had their campaign account. And I'm going to put it here. They had their campaign accounts, which was what, and is it not numbers he was calling, right? No, wala. Like I said earlier, I love it when we have this thing. And this is a tweet that they tweeted on the 24th of 11, 2022. And it said, Labour Party 1,000 Naira challenge. Take ownership of the Labour Party campaign by donating a minimum of 1,000 Naira to the account below. Account name, Labour Party campaign account. Account number 122 58 32 294. That particular number, and the bank was Zenith Bank. I'm sure it's still Zenith Bank. And they had things that they had challenge. This thing they had their this. Let me put it out there so that you can even see. They had their flyer there. They did their things and they put it out. When this account, so Labour Party, Julius Abura coming out in 2024 to blatantly lie and say that they were not involved in any campaign, that it was only Aisha Yesufu, Pastor Itwa. I'm going to come to that. By the way, there are 3 signatories, not 2. To say that's number one lie. Up till now, the Labour Party has not accounted for this particular money that they collected, that the public donated to them. Neither has the Labour Party accounted for the monies that were used to buy forms and all of that. Remember, the treasurer of the party had accused Julius Abura and others of 3.5 billion naira that was mismanaged. Mismanagement of 3.5 billion naira. He hasn't said anything about that. For him to come on air, live, and lie in such a way, only God knows what other things that Mr. Julius Abura has lied about. But anyway, so first of all, we've established that, right? Please don't believe me, go and verify. That's it. When that particular account was opened, I was very angry. And I remember the day I called Mr. Peter Obi, because I was very angry. I was like, we're supposed to have opened an account before Labour Party. And there were many people who kept saying that, but it's still Labour Party. And I kept saying to them, I said, look, any money that is paid to Labour Party account, to their campaign donation, we don't have access to it. We can't use it for campaign materials and everything. They will be the ones to decide how they use it. So it's not the same thing. Because there were many people who felt, it's the same thing, it's not the same party. I said, no, it wasn't the same, and it isn't. Because they haven't even used not a single dime have they used. We've seen the confession, and I thank Mr. Abure for that, for actually coming out to tell the whole world the truth, that they never contributed to the campaign. Mr. Peter Obi used his resources for all of those campaign he was doing with them, all of those rallies that were being done. We saw how much money, the monies that were raised. I'm going to read those figures out again. Mr. Peter Obi, even with the campaign that we raised, Mr. Peter Obi brought in 800 million naira. So that's it. So for them to come and say that, no, they were not involved in campaign, campaign donation, no, that's not it. So when that account was opened, like I said earlier, I was so angry. Because I was saying to Mr. Peter Obi, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to open that account a long time ago, because it took so much time. And I'll tell you one thing. Even with the public donations that we asked for, Mr. Peter Obi wasn't that comfortable with it. And he kept dragging. I'm like, no, but these people want to do it. It will make the people more invested. When people put in their money, you sure they'll follow it up with their vote. They will talk to people. It took a long time to be able to finally convince him to actually do that. So when Labour Party brought their own account before we did, honestly, I was not happy with it. And I let him know I was not happy with it. To now come and hear Mr. Julius Abura coming out to say that they were never involved in campaign fundraising. Oga, that one a capital lie from the pit of hell. That's number one. There are so many things in that particular this thing that from that particular video, because I took notes. So as you see me like this, I know they look for trouble. I don't. But when trouble look for me, I they grab and like a long lost friend. I know they run away from them. I know they. So I took my time to write all of these notes down that will come in. The signatories to the account, like I said earlier, we are actually 3. It's not 2. He mentioned 2 people, and it's not 2. We're 3. I'm going to come back to something Mr. Julius Abura talked about, the polling unit agents. Yes, Aisha Yesufu, I was responsible for polling unit agents. It wasn't even Pastor Itwa was not, because at the end of the day, what they did on that day was that they left everything with me. I remember on election day, the bank where we had the money, they had to send in someone because there were certain things we were working out. Because what had not happened, they had to open they moved the limitation that it's the daily payments we make and everything, so that I'll be able to transfer money and transfer money to all the agents and all of that. So I was the one. I think there was 1.something billion. I can't remember precisely 1.what billion, but it was over $1 billion there, because that was what we had budgeted. Our budget was around 1.4. Wanted to raise 1.4 billion for 130 something thousand polling unit agents. There is a statement that Mr. Abure made that they had made the polling unit agent list available. That's a lie. It took a long time. I think we got it like 24 hours before. Even the people that were going to do training, when they kept asking, it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The party didn't want to release those polling unit agents list. You kept asking for it, you kept asking for it, you kept asking for it. For everyone that has followed the campaign accounts, by the way, we've given accounts of every dime that we use, and I'm ready anytime anybody, any group of people or whatever want to scrutinize and re-scrutinize the accounts we did and everything and reconcile it with monies that were paid into the account. Please, we are open. We still open, and we are ready for anyone to come and do that. Because of what? Accountability and transparency was the bedrock of which we ran that whole campaign fundraising. There are people who reported me to Mr. Peter Obi because I refused to collect cash from them. There were people who came, oh, Aisha, we trust you. Oh, no, we get. I said, no, this is the campaign account. Before, those that came before there was a campaign account, I said, no, we are still working on the campaign accounts. When the campaign accounts is done, then you will pay it. No, Aisha, we trust. No, I said no. And that's why today I can beat my chest. And dare any Nigerian, born of man or woman, dead or alive, that will come and say that they gave a dime to Aisha Yesufu. No. I didn't collect anybody's, and we ensured everything went to the bank, and there was never a time that there was cash withdrawal. Every money from there also went through electronic transfer. We did not withdraw any cash for anybody. So that's one there. On the issue of the party agents, yes, I was in charge of party agents. On the day of election, after they finally gave us the party agents list, of all the expenses on that campaign account, it was that the money that we used to do bulk SMS that we did not negotiate the way we normally negotiate every other thing. Because one of the things I kept telling my teammates was that even if this money is there, it is not ours to spend. And so because it is not ours, we must ensure that it is judiciously used. Where we can use our personal money and buy something for 1 naira, we must ensure we are getting it for 50 kobo or 85 kobo, since we are using public funds. And that was what we did. And a lot of people will testify to the fact that most of the material, even the campaign materials, most of the things they like, these things were very cheap. They say, yes, we did, we pushed for a hard bargain, and most of the vendors that we used were actually obedient, and they were willing and ready to do it at the most minimal, cost. So that worked for us. But in the case of the the bulk SMS, because we were tight, this thing had come, they didn't give us the list on time. I think it was 24 hours to the election that they finally gave us the list. I don't even know whether they gave the other ones or I was the one that sent it to them. And so we needed to send bulk SMS. So we sent bulk SMS to 130 something, is it 36 or 39,000 polling unit agents, asking them, we said to them, send us your account numbers. Send us your account numbers. We got some, I think, was it about 5,000 or less than 5,000 that, sent in the their account details. On the day of election, we had set up everything. We were at the campaign office, came with my team, set up the payment. We're looking for the payment method. That was even when I knew that, they could use, there was a method where people were using their phone numbers. You can use your phone number as account number. All of this, I literally don't want to mention their name, but all of these financial institutions where you can easily get quick account opened for you. And then they were like, okay, because some of the team were like, we reach out to a particular company to say, can we create accounts for them with their phone numbers so that they will have this money. We started paying on the day of election. We started paying, the polling unit agents. Then something was amiss. Remember, people started saying they were not seeing polling unit agents in their places. Most of the agents that now worked were actually obedient, that ended up doing the work and bringing it sheets. So people were saying, so we now, randomly, let's call some of the numbers that we had. We're calling numbers. You will call someone, maybe the name is male, a female is answering, or is female, a male is answering, and they're asking you, they don't know what you're talking about. What polling unit agent? What this? What's that? It was like magic. And immediately I said to my team, I said, stop payment. Yes, I did. Anybody, in short, the Labour Party, the Abure faction, whether it's a faction now or whatever, the Abure and his team, they've hated my guts after election because of one thing, that monies were kept in my hand and I refused to send it to them. So when I noticed that something was amiss, I said, stop all the payments. I think we had paid like, maybe was it 2,000-3,000? I can't remember now. We just started paying. I told my team, stop all the payment. I said, something fishy is happening. That was when we realized that those Abure's people, the Labour Party, had given us fictitious names. Most of the names there weren't the names that were supposed to be there. They had been changed. Yes, I am saying this. If they want to go to court, please let us all meet in the court. Names had been changed. I've never spoken about this publicly because I just felt, whatever has happened, this thing. We found that the names that were on that list were not the names that were supposed to be. Names had been changed. And what they did on election day was that they now started sending to me list of people that I was going to pay them. This one here, 200 million, that 100 million, 50 million here. You see these politicians where they see, so the way they call money millions in politics, you'll be thinking, is it this money that we work hard to get that these people are calling anyhow like this? Oh, send this one to this, send 200 million to this, send this thing to this. And I said, no, I'm not going to send it. On that election day, if pressure and calls and everything can kill somebody, I would have been dead by now. I refused to budge. I remember my husband coming to meet her. He said, sweetheart, don't you think this thing, let them not say that, let them not come and start accusing you that it's because of you that Peter Obi did not win the election. I said, baby, the right thing has to be done, you know. Anything that I'm going to be, it has to be done. Pressure upon pressure upon pressure upon pressure, calling here, calling here, calling here. I still didn't budge. My husband said, no problem. He supports me, I know that. Later, it was in the afternoon or towards evening. So Mr. Peter Obi spoke with me. And then I said, Pio, we have a problem. I said, with the agents that we're supposed to have, they are not there. They are not there on the street, and they are asking me to send money to people. Okay, let me even add, there's something I've forgotten to add. Why, when they were telling me that I should send lump sum of money to different, I have the names that they sent me. If I go back to the WhatsApp messages that I will receive, that were being sent to me, and I said, because I said to them, share it is agents you are going to pay. And you know, that time it was the cash, there was that cashless, what happened, that change of money, redesign of Naira that CBN were doing, right? And so I said, there's no money. I said, say you people are going to transfer to the agent. I said, from here, we will transfer to the agents. So you don't need to bother yourself and do the work. In election, that this is not the way election is done. In election, nobody asks question. I said, well, you are not doing the normal election you normally do. We will ask question. That's why we want a new Nigeria. If we wanted Nigeria to continue the way where you will not ask question, they would have simply stayed at home and sleep and allow the people that are already destroying Nigeria to continue to destroy Nigeria. That was what I said to them. There was one particular place where someone asked me, okay, well, that was after the election, we were in a meeting. Okay, Aisha, how did you think you're going to stay in Abuja and then you'll be in charge of the agents? You'll be able to know the agents that are in Sokoto or other states. I said through their phone numbers, because every agent there was a phone number. And then you know the funny thing, what the person said to me. He said. He now said that, I said, what did he say? He said that, but some of these agents cannot read and write. And I said, if they cannot read and write, how did they become our agents? There was silence. I think they didn't realize. I said, you see me like this way. I don't look for trouble, like I said. Like when trouble comes looking for me, I grab it like a locked slum friend. And like I have capacity to debate, to sit down and put facts forward. I don't get angry. No, not at all. I choose what I get angry over. I can put facts and figures before whatever it is that you're doing. There was silence in that meeting when I said, how, if they can't read and write, how are they our agent? How will they know if figures are changed or not? That was the end of that conversation. So when you had your fictitious name and they wanted to. So let me take you back to when Mr. Peter Obi called. Can't remember whether it was one that called me. I can't even remember. I think it was one that called. And so I said, Pio, there's fire on the mountain. Oh. I said, the agents that we're supposed to have, they are not there. Obedience brought in names. Obedience were ready to be agents, not to be even be paid. But yet, names were brought in, names were switched. And they are coming out to say today that they did not take part in campaign fund collection. You think you are in 1900, where you can lie and get away with it? You don't know that the internet never forgets? And so when I told people, I said, there's fire on the mountain. Oh. The agents, most of the agents that they say they are not there. You know what Pio said? He said, Aisha, keep my money. I'm like, yes, boss. Your money is well protected. The day that I spoke to Peter Obi first, when he called me to be on his team, I said two things I said to him. I said, one, I am not nice. If you expect that I'm going to be telling you things that you'd like to hear, I'm the wrongest person you should. And he said he likes hearing bad news. Those were the words he used. He said he likes criticism. And up to today, that's the reason why myself and Mr. Peter Obi can work together. If you tell him, he doesn't mind. Sometimes we're fighting. Sometimes, you know. I mean, there are people that are like, why does she talk to you like that? I mean, some feel this thing and say, oh, why did like why? I don't have time for psychophancy. And the next thing I said to Mr. Peter Obi was that your back will always be safe with me by the grace of God. The day that I feel I can no longer work with you or your back won't be safe with me, I will call you and say, I'm sorry, sir, I need to move on. And so whatever it is, I will protect everything of his. And he said, keep that money. That was how as soon as I said, yes, boss, the money has been kept. I relaxed. I went back, and that was it. Every other person calling was just entering here and going out. But we are still going to come back to that polling unit agent's fees. And so that was what happened all throughout that drama. And I can tell you up to today, there are a lot of them who hate me. If literally they could find a way to harm me, they will. I mean, it's just that me, I don't care. As long as the right thing is done, that's where I am. You see me like this, I have a big mouth and I use it. And I make sure that whatever I do, I hold myself to higher standards than I hold other people. It's not just for me to make mouth and just go away with it. That's number one. Then, coming back to those polling unit agents, I'm going to take you back to the campaign accounts that we collected. We've accounted for everything. We've done statement account. It's all in the public. All of these documents that I'm going to be pulling out for you here, they are all in the public domain. Now, what I'm going to do here now is to bring out the campaign that we did. I want to pull out the one of the polling unit agents. Overall, that he's talking overall that Julius Abura was talking about, their polling unit agent, they did not pay them. Very shameless to have made that statement. What happened to the campaign monies that you collected into the Labour Party account? What happened to all the millions that people used to buy tickets and all of that? You couldn't use any of it to pay agents. And like he rightly said, he came out to say, in trying to say something that they've not realized what they now ended up confessing. They didn't donate any dime to the campaign. Instead, it was all about eating. Not a dime they donated to the presidential campaign. The polling unit agent expenses that we made was 324,381,700 naira. That was the monies that were spent on polling unit agent. In spite of the fact, that we had to stop those payments, we still made a payment of over 300 million. Out of this 324 million, yes, the ones we made direct. Remember, I told you that we were making payments when we realized that something was fishy, something was going that was wrong. So we stopped the payment. After that, we now said to we sent another message. We did another bulk SMS and said to them, we gave them a particular link. Drop your result sheet, and collect and get your payment. So there were people who actually still within that list. Yes, there were those who brought in the result sheets and we paid them. So we ended up on our own. We ended up using 21,381,700 for the polling units that we paid now paid directly. We're supposed to pay polling unit directly. We're supposed to pay 1.something billion, right? For what we had put together, which is 139,000 people. So we rounded it up to like 1.4 billion. Out of this 324 million that we ended up still spending on polling unit agent, the Labour Party was given 300 million. Yes, 300 million was given to Abure's Labour Party. That's what they was given to them. Because at the end of it, when the whole thing had finished, Peter Obi decided, okay, we didn't pay the polling unit agent. And I said, okay, fine. He was giving them, sending money to them. From Lagos, Edo, all of them. It's all about records, so records don't lie. You keep keep your data, keep your records. 300 overall, what was spent 303 million. Kaduna State, Lagos, Plateau, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Kwara, Enugu, you know, Jigawa, all of that, they were sent monies. 10 million. There was a particular state, I think it's Enugu. Was it Enugu? What's this one now? Yeah, I think it was Enugu that got 20 million. There's another state here, I think Edo. Edo too was Edo. Let me see. Yes, Edo too got 20 million. So the monies were sent. Not, it wasn't an equal amount that was sent to all the states. Different states got different. There were some states that got 5 million naira sent to them. States like Bauchi, Ekiti, Kano, Labour Party, Bauchi, Labour Party, Ekiti, Labour Party, Kano, they got 5 million. Labour Party, Bayelsa, Labour Party, Cross River, Labour, those ones, they got 10 million. And then, what was this now? Labour Party, Delta got 15 million. Labour Party, Taraba got 10 million. And then Labour Party Edo got 20 million. Yeah, it was 20 million that was sent to those ones. Then there were some parties, some states that got 2 million, where there wasn't really much, you know, voting that came from there, so there weren't really much agent. These were sent to the different states. There were some states that didn't even have their own Labour Party official handle. Individuals were given to facilitate this 15 million. We all signed it. The same Pastor Itua and whatever that is calling, we were the ones that signed this money, you know, to all of them, to Lagos and even Lagos. I saw the Lagos chairwoman or chairperson, or how do their eyes they are there. They say, some of them say he still has to be chairman, putting her own this thing and say they did not take part in campaign fundraising. You people that were doing advert, I remember entering Lagos and hearing the Labour Party advert for people to give 1,000 naira. Now all of a sudden it comes to accountability. You people have forgotten that you raised money. Me, I have not forgotten, you know, and I will stay here and say it. And so they were sent to them 303 million naira. We that we ended up paying, we that were supposed to pay, because we ended up paying, our own was 21 million, because there was nobody to be paid. The other time recently, I saw some people who came from Rivers. You know, when we did the campaign statement account, and then they came, they were like, oh, they didn't know that Rivers had gotten money or some this thing or whoever, this, that. I said, well, you people got. And this is what was given. They said, oh, they were party agent. I said, no problem. Anybody that tells me it's party agent, I will say, come, give me your name. I will check the INEC list. It's INEC list that I will check. There was a particular organization that came and said that they had 40,000 polling unit agents that they had given out. When they came here, I said, I didn't even answer that. I said, look, I don't know you. I'm not going to pay you. I said, how can you make arrangement for 40,000, you know, polling unit agents, and you didn't have the money to pay them? You didn't come to ask us whether we had the money to pay them. You just sat down there. So when they talk, you know, after back and forth, when they come to me, they'll now go to PO, they'll go and talk to other people, then they will now come. So Mr. Peter Obi came to me and said, okay, let's work at this. I said, fine. If we are going to pay them, let them bring the results. Guess what they said to us? And that they didn't make arrangement to collect the result. I said, you didn't make arrangement to collect the result, but you are looking for arrangement to collect the money. I said, well, I know they pay. Because those 40,000 people that they say they have, that's about 400,000. That's about 400 million naira. I said, me, I'm not paying. It's as simple as APC. They know they pay. I said, people, they don't have the results, so what are we paying for? People just sit down. Somebody has worked hard. He's hard-earned money. He's bringing it to run this, and some people are sitting down somewhere waiting to eat somebody's money. Not on my watch. And anybody that will be angry, you Kukuma don't care. Be angry. If you see me, you hold your face, it's your face. I will carry my face and I will also pass. But you see that accountability and transparency, it must be done. That was it. And so this whole money that he's talking about party agents, they've forgotten that they sent money to them to settle whatever party agents that they said they had here. So this sum that was sent to Labour Party across all of them across Nigeria is 303 million naira. We'll come back to our own, the ones I'm going to do now. I think those are the basic things that Abure talked about in those. I was taking note. Yes, I hope I didn't miss. Let me check if I've missed anything that they did in telling us that all they were interested in was getting the a president. The biggest problem, and I kept saying this even before election, in short, when they do SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, the biggest weakness and the biggest threat that presidential campaign had was Labour Party. If Mr. Peter Obi had run as an independent candidate, there's no how they would have been able to rig. There is no how. Because it was dependent on party. The party first of all went on for them to even release this thing. Oh yeah, let's be able to impute agents or whatever. That's what they did. They changed everything. They were the biggest threat that we had. They thought even the obedient, they saw the obedient as their enemies. I kept telling them, I said, you guys are the ones that are going to be the party in power, not us. I'm not ready to come and work as a minister or whatever. I have always said it. I will never do appointment by the grace of God with anybody. I can work as a team. I can work as this thing. We run as an elected. If I want to do public, I will run elected office. You understand? I will enter office and work. Not that I'll be somebody's appointee. So I was telling them, it's you. They fought everybody. They saw because of their small-mindedness. So they can't think big. Julius Abura that was talking about other parties, how they do today, has turned to the person that is doing worse than those other parties. Their small-mindedness was the reason why Tinubu was able to rig election. They kept seeing everybody as a threat. Even the obedient movement, they saw the obedient movement as a threat. The first few rallies that were, first 2 or 3 rallies, there was always a representative of obedient movement that would climb the stage and talk. Guess what? This was how these people quarreled, they stopped putting it. Even me, Aisha Yesufu, that was on, you saw me on that stage, eh? You need to see, it's just that sometimes I'll just do as if I don't know what's happening. You need to see the number of times they were angry that I was speaking on the stage, and I will look at these people. Which kind of human beings be this one? Then get sense, so. Even I said these people sense, they pursue them and then they run past the sense. Because I cannot imagine that I want to be on your stage and you don't see the value that comes there. But anyway, I didn't know Labour Party before. Just Mr. Peter Obi, I knew when he wanted to run for office. He was the one that invited me to be part of his campaign. I helped him with this, and I was there. So that one, by the time they come and meet him, who is that woman? I remember one time they were angry that their woman leader had not been allowed to say, why would Aisha Yesufu speak? I'm not fancy myself, eh? I always tell people, I have a voice, and it's not my doing, it's a gift that I have from God, and I can raise it, and I can talk to people anywhere, whatever class I can sit down. And I always say, people, do you want them to cry before they laugh, or do you want them to laugh before they cry? I can motivate, I can move people. That's a gift I have, and I don't take it for granted, and it's not my doing. You understand? But yet they were angry. They couldn't see. That's the small-mindedness up till now, that they can't see how this party can be made bigger and they will be better. And let me tell you something. One of the things that Labour Party, for them, what is good for, what they are interested in is not to win election. They just want to remain that party where people will be coming and bringing money for them. When they can't run another party, they come and meet them, and that's it. But well, there's a new dawn in that Labour Party, and that Labour Party, it will be turned into a party that will be standing with other parties across the world, not just in Nigeria. That small-mindedness that these ones have, it will go to one place. It will stay in one place. Let me carry you. So that's this thing for the Labour Party. This thing that we did, polling unit agents. I'm going to put something out here. Activity resource report that we did. putting out, just to put it again, I've already done this thing. We've already done this thing as a team. Just to put it out again, I'm going to read these things out here. Citizens' donations that we collected in the accounts that were read out by Mr. Abure. It's 595,976,994 naira. This was what we collected. The accounts are there. You know, there are investigative journalists. You think that people have not investigated those accounts? And if there was this discrepancy, they wouldn't have come since after Aisha Yesufu. You think the government have not checked those accounts? And they said this woman that has big mouth, that she's always calling us out. In the year 2000, NYC overpaid me by about 7,000. Two payments, 3,000 something and 4,000. That was money then. I returned it. Even when the people working there didn't want me to return it, they fought me. It was almost as if I was doing something bad by returning it. I return every time. I grew up in a place, my parents trained us. They trained me. We will be hungry for money tonight. There is no food to eat in that house for money tonight. We will never ask anybody for food, and if they give us, we will never collect. That was the kind of training I got. You think it's now some few billions naira with on my head? Me. Hey, oh, very cool. Aisha, the daughter of Zainab and Muhammad, the wife of Aliyu, mother to Amir and Aliyah. There's no money. This life, what is in this life that is money that will shackle? Anyway, so that's the donation. Then Mr. Peter Obi himself made a donation of 800 million naira. We had expenses, campaign materials. We spent 268,374,330 naira. Media and radio broadcasting, we spent 16,422,867 naira. Election promotion expenses, we spent 10,808,948 naira. Polling unit agent expenses, we spent 324,381,700. Bank charges, we paid 1,750,544. Administrative expenses, we spent 475,000 naira. Then legal expenses, we spent 744,500,000. And then campaign and election activities were 28,500,000. These were all broken down. The total expenses were 1,395,213,389 naira. We had the balance of 763,596 naira. Probably the money might have increased because of interest, maybe. I've not checked. We've not checked that account. We've not done anything on it. These were the resources. These were the things we spent. There was something that is quite interesting here. On the 17th of February 2024, someone, Field Marshal General Oluchi, she did a tweet where she said, many of you have direct access to Aisha Yesufu and others who are close to Peter Obi, and you could pretty much ask them questions privately or demand copies of any document, but you don't want to. She went on. And I came to her and I replied. I said, the tweet is still there. You can always go and check it. I said, it is quite deeper than statement of account. The bone of contention since February 25th, 2023 was that over 1 billion naira was left in my charge for polling unit agents, and I refused to send lump sums of monies to a list of people sent to me who were said to be in charge of polling unit agents. Recall many polling units did not have the agents we were supposed to have. That told us something was up. Up till now, they keep saying that is not how election is done, that no questions are supposed to be asked. Well, Peter Obi did not ask me to be in charge and not ask questions. Even with his own money, we asked questions and he answered. Even Peter Obi that brought in 800 million naira. And by the way, let me do one explanation. In Peter Obi sending the monies to Labour Party, or the money was sending Labour Party for polling unit agent, the money he sent to individuals. Some parties didn't have accounts, so it was individuals there that took charge, some parties, whatever. Well, he gave instruction we passed because it was from his own money, part of his own money that he had brought in. So he was one that brought the money. Even Peter Obi himself, we had a system of him sending money, of him making requests for money. One, there was written instruction. Two, there was verbal instruction. If these two things are not complete, I don't answer him. We don't answer him. He knows. Hey, Aisha, this thing I made, I said, boy, you didn't follow the instructions. You didn't follow the process we had put on ground. Because this is the thing. If somebody can get his phone and put message and send, then I was sitting down, because I was the one mostly that received the the instructions and everything. Then when you do it, I'll raise this and I'll pass it on to my the other what do you call the signatories. So I said, somebody can pick his phone and send a message and say, oh, and then we'll go and do it. Meanwhile, it's not from him. And then he can say it and forget. Meanwhile, when we're doing reconciliation, every time he asked me to bring reconciliation, I just went to where do this. We had every written. When we're doing accounts reconciliation, the thing that said was that everything was minuted, everything was written, everything was documented, everything went through transfer. There were no cash that were carried. We didn't give cash to anybody to be handling whatever. And so even the Mr. Peter Obi himself that brought 800 million naira, when he's asking from part of that 800 million naira, he had to follow the process. And if he didn't follow the process, he will not get money until when he decided to follow the process. Who cares? Me kukuma, they look at whether person first or person no first. It not concern me. Work that has to be done has to be done. And that was exactly what we did. To come and hear now, come and start telling us that oh, they did not do this, they didn't. Oh no. I remember when I think it was it Bashir Ahmed or something that was during that account was trying to be funny, saying that some people had said they paid money, they did. I said, I don't have the financial, and this was a statement from that from the statement I did to him, and I said the financial disclosure as stated is of the Obi Baba Ahmed campaign fundraising. I was not part of Labour Party fundraising. I didn't raise it. Even when they were talking, sometimes they were like, oh, I should combine it. I said, no, I can't combine Labour Party finances and the one we did for Obi Dirty, because I didn't know how they spend their money. I didn't know what they collected, what they not received. I won't be accountable, accountable for that. The financial disclosure as stated is of the Obi Baba Ahmed campaign fundraising. We stated what we received, not what is expected to be received. I think that was when Bashir Ahmed was coming to say that why is it that the vice president did not donate money, that we said it's only the presidential candidate that donated 800. I said, well, that was what I saw in the account. If the vice presidential candidate had donated money to the account, we would have stated he donated money to the account. When he didn't donate, I'm not going to say that he donated money to the account. Yes, that does not mean that he didn't spend money on the account or a campaign, or he said I don't have any knowledge of that. The monies that came into my account is what the account that we put together for the fundraising is what I am privy to, and is what I took responsibility for. If the vice presidential candidate or Labour Party had paid into the campaign fundraising account, then they were saying that, oh, didn't the Labour, so at least we've seen Abure. Abure has by himself now come out to tell all of you that they never paid more, they never spent a dime in their account. And this was what I said there. If the vice presidential candidate or Labour Party had paid into the campaign fundraising account, it should have been stated so. Also, nowhere was it stated that 28 million was allocated for organizing campaign activities across 36 states. It looks as if you are projecting your expectations into what you're reading instead of reading and understanding what has been stated. It was referred to as campaign and election activities. You might want to ask INEC to give you a breakdown of what the party sent as the campaign expenses, because it's a party that is supposed to send the states. And I'm going to put something here, which I know this video is overlong anyways, but for future reference, for posterity, I'm going to put it out. I'll put the facts out and put them there. Silence is never an option when some people are trying to smear your name. Me, I know the newspapers have carried all of these things. Yeah, I did tell you we are supposed to travel, and I've not even showered. Maybe that's the driver calling me. I might need to, quickly go on. But I will put a banner here. I'll put this thing here where you see the campaign materials that we bought and how much we bought them at the price that we bought them. Oh wow, it's already 5 o'clock. I didn't know it's so close. But so I have to go now because, like I said, it's 4 minutes to 5. Oh wow, yes, this is 15 minutes now. It's 4 minutes to 5. And I'm going to be on the journey. By the grace of God, I'm going to be in Edo State. And so this is it. These are things that we're not supposed to be focused on. These are things we're not supposed to be doing. But here, they brought in. I love it. I love scrutiny. Please, please, please. Anyone, please get investigative journalists, get everyone, let them go through their accounts, let them check everything. Aisha Yesufu, I'm ready to answer anybody's question. I'm open for them to check whatever they think to tell, because at the end of the day, we follow the process, and I'm proud of the team, and we did all we had to do to ensure accountability and transparency. Thank you so much for watching. And apologies for the video being so long. Bye.
Chai, what a woman. We are so proud of Aisha Yesufu, honestly. My people, when you have a good conscience, to defend yourself will be very easy. Yes, history will forever remember this woman, because for me, she really did justice in this video in order to respond to what Julius Abura said yesterday. So my people, I don't know what you think about this video. I would definitely love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Please share this video so that all these abados will see the video and hear Aisha Yusuf's side of story as well. So my people, that is it. As I make I bring this update to you guys. I hope you truly enjoy watching. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks so much for doing so. And also, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamra Seniors TV. Go off into sleep.